Could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, Caitlin. First of all, I want to say thank you for this opportunity to speak to the younger voters in the First Assembly. We need to do everything we can to get everybody out to vote as much as possible, and thank you for this opportunity and good luck on your project. My name's Joe Majeski, and I'm a candidate for the First Assembly here in Door, Kewaunee, and Brown, and Manitowoc counties.
There is a high unemployment rate in Door County, especially among young people. What would you do to create more jobs for young people in Door County?
Well, first, Caitlin, what I find is we've missed opportunities here for young people in Door County. We had an opportunity to have extensive broadband cable placed up in the northern Door County area about 10 years ago when the double-lane highway went through, and unfortunately our legislators were asleep at the wheel and we didn't get that done. Because what I hear from a lot of northern Door folks, particularly the business folks, is that we do not have adequate internet connections up here in Door County. I think that's a priority, number one. Number two, we need to expand our tourism season. Right now, Wisconsin is the lowest in the Midwest on tourism promotion expenditures. And I think if we up those expenditures, like Michigan and Minnesota are doing right now, we can expand tourism, the amount of folks that come up to our wonderful place in Door and Kewaunee County, and expand those shoulder seasons into the spring and then also into the fall. I think that's critical. The third thing we need to do is we need to improve our partnership between our schools, our public schools, our local technology universities, and our local manufacturing, light manufacturing, Sturgeon Bay, Algoma, Kewaunee, Luxembourg-Casco area, in order to increase partnerships, job opportunities. But when you cut $1.8 billion out of public education and public universities, that is very difficult to do. So those are three areas I think we can start, and I think we can do better.
Out of Door, Kewaunee, Manitowoc, and Sheboygan counties, Door County has the highest poverty rate. What initiatives would you support to help low-income families and individuals improve their situation?
Well, I think it goes back to the first question. I think it goes back to our economy and our jobs. Right now, Wisconsin is a laggard in its economy. Worst in the Midwest. We need to be a leader in our economy. And again, reinvesting in public education, particularly technology education, is critical. Making sure we have good partnerships between our local schools and our local employers, critical again. Algoma is doing a wonderful initiative with their public schools and expanding their whole technology area and partnershiping with NWTC and local manufacturers. I think that's critical. Unfortunately, in the last legislative session, our legislators cut out the earned income credit, which really added more taxes to our lower income folks. That did not help again. Healthcare is a continued concern. We did not accept the federal money for Medicaid, and I think that pulled money out of our Wisconsin economy or didn't add money into it. And I think we need to take a look at those opportunities, replace money back into it, and I think that would help our working poor here. You know, you look around Door County and you see this beautiful area and a lot of wonderful homes and so on, but working in the schools, I realize that our poverty rate has dramatically grown in the last 4 years, just at Sebastopol schools. 5 years ago, we were probably at about a 25% poverty rate. Now we're over at the elementary school, over a 50% poverty rate. It's growing under this current administration. We need to reverse that trend.
What can be done to help Wisconsin students with large loan debts?
Well, Caitlin, I have 3 children, all about your age, maybe just a little bit older, and they're late 20s and early 30s, and they've left Wisconsin. They don't see, unfortunately, they're concerned about the opportunities and the directions we're going here. I have another son in school right now, and he plans on leaving Wisconsin also. I think the significant loan debt is an area that we can attract young people back to Wisconsin, and we have to. If we're going to have a thriving economy, our young folks have to want to return back to Wisconsin. Now, the loan debt is a key thing. In the last legislative session, the Democrats put forth a number of opportunities which we could have lowered loan debt right now. Right now, our college students are paying between 6, 7, 8%, and our banks are paying less than 1% in federal loans. How does that make sense at all? I think we need to be lifting up our young people. I think we need to be helping them. So I think looking at some of the Democratic initiatives in the last legislative sessions that never even saw the light of day, on how we can lower student debt, we can lower the interest rate, I think would be a tremendous opportunity for our students here and would help them consider returning back to Wisconsin.
In the beginning of the year, 38,000 residents of Wisconsin were dropped from Badgercare. What is your plan to make sure no one is left without insurance coverage?
Well, again, missed opportunities, what I said before. It's not accepting the federal Medicaid dollars, tax dollars that would have come right into Wisconsin, that would have helped grow our economy, that would have improved our medical care for our lowest income folks. We turn those flat down. Transportation aids for mass transportation, which a lot of young folks really look for now in a community, we turn those flat down. All of those could have been increased dollars coming into the Wisconsin economy, creating jobs. I think that was a mistake in doing that, and realistically we have to take a look at our folks who are struggling economically to make sure that medical bills don't push them over the edge into poverty and also bankruptcy.
How do you feel about increasing job training initiatives and making higher education opportunities more affordable?
Well, I think we do have to take a look at our university system and our technical system. I think there are times when their expenses are high. I can remember back when I went to school a long time ago, and I could work during the summer and make enough during the summer to pay my tuition during the winter, and that's not the case anymore. So I think our university system has to take a serious look at their costs. But again, it's difficult for them to survive and to provide the job training opportunities that they need to when we're cutting $1.6 billion out of our university system, out of our public schools. All of my 3 children had a wonderful, excellent education at the public school system, both university and in the high schools, and I'm not sure that if we continue that trend that we're going right now, that there are younger folks coming through those systems that are going to be able to get the best education they can. On the other side of the coin, I think our universities, our technical systems have to renew their effort to make sure that they're providing education that our workforce needs. I think they have to close the gap between the education that they provide and the skills that are needed out in our workforce. And I think they can do a better job through that, primarily emphasizing partnerships and emphasizing apprenticeship programs. We need to get our university students out into the workforce through apprenticeships, and I would strongly advocate for those in the legislature.
How do you feel about campaign finance reform? Would it hurt campaigns or help them?
Well, Caitlin, campaign finance reform, I think, would help campaigns, but more importantly, it would help the people that we represent. Right now, the floodgates are open for dollars pouring into campaigns. We're going to see it in the first assembly here, where you will probably see mailings and radio ads, negative mailings, negative radio ads, not financed by people in the first assembly, but financed by lobbyist groups, financed by folks outside of Wisconsin that unfortunately want to use Wisconsin for their benefit. So I would work diligently and promote any opportunity for us to limit the amount of dollars that are spent, and also any type of campaign finance reform that would be beneficial, because realistically, when campaigns are financed by outside dollars, big lobbyist groups, that candidate often feels that they are beholden to them. They vote in their interest. We need to vote. Politicians need to vote in the interest of the people they represent, in the interest of the people of the First Assembly. So I would support that wholeheartedly.
Great, thank you very much.
Thanks, Caitlin.